Welcome back to Gothic Homemaking. I'm your host, Aurelio Voltaire, and this desiccated, handsome young fellow over here with the dry wit is my co-host, Mr. Orville Dedenbacher. We have come so far in the renovation of the Lair. We have Gothic thrones now. The Lair has come a really, really long way since how it looked in episode 1. But I bet you can't guess what was the biggest obstacle in getting started. No, not anymore. The biggest obstacle was clutter. Yes, clutter. There was so much junk in here. Now, if you watch previous episodes, you know that we put most of that junk in storage, but let me show you something. Look at this empty, serene, peaceful space right here. Let me show you what used to be there. Here's an image of my wardrobe that I posted on Instagram a while back. As you can see, it is a standard pipe and drape wardrobe. This is the kind of thing that students get when they're moving into a dorm room. It is the very portrait of clutter because it doesn't close. So even though all of your clothes may be black, you still see so many different textures and shapes. And if you're a real goth, you'll notice so many different shades of black. We finally made the brave decision to throw that thing out into the street, and now I have nowhere to put my clothes. I thought, where does the host of a show called Gothic Homemaking put all of his suits? And then it hit me. We should get a coffin that we could convert into a wardrobe. And to that end, I went to visit some friends of mine in Seattle at a little place called Nevertold Casket Co. Take a look.
Hey, Voltaire.
Hi, Jack. Don't say that on a plane.
Never heard that before.
I'm a pretty original guy.
Oh yeah, I can tell.
Hey, listen, speaking of original, I am looking to buy a coffin that can be used as a wardrobe for clothing. Do you have anything like that?
Sure. Well, you have in fact come to the right place. Problems you're going to run into. Traditional toe pincher casket. If you look at it, you think of a clothes hanger, it's not going to fit in either dimension. But you could go with something like the one over there, the 1960s casket. It's a little bit wider. The trouble you're going to run into there is depth. You're not going to be able to fit that many articles of clothing. You can go take a look at it and I can show you what it means.
Let's take a look.
Yeah. This is kind of your standard model Batesville Casket Company casket from about 1960. This is the casket that everybody's buried in. Your grandmother was probably buried in one of these.
I highly doubt that.
Still alive.
She says hi, by the way.
Hi, Gran.
But yeah, she's dead.
This thing's got all the bells and whistles right down to a box spring for the comfort of the deceased.
Box spring.
Yeah, so if you look at this thing and if you think about it, it's wide enough to accommodate a person's shoulders. So you've got enough width for a hanger, which means the coat's gonna fit nicely, right? Great, perfect. But once you take that box spring out, you're still only dealing with about 18 inches of depth. How many jackets can you fit in there? Half a dozen, maybe a dozen? You're gonna need several of these things to get a whole wardrobe together.
So this is clearly not going to work as a wardrobe. Probably not.
I do happen to be a third generation casket maker.
You're joking.
Now generally I'm building boxes to put people in the ground, although I have built things like speaker cabinets, coffee tables, beds for people to sleep in.
Or to do other things. I mean, how best to experience le petit monde?
It's a little hard to get a girl to go home with you when you sleep in a casket. Ask me how I know. Let me show you one that I built.
Wow, this is spectacular.
Oh, thank you. This is actually one of the first caskets I ever made. Technically it's a coffin, but we're not going to split hairs. I learned the trade from my grandfather. I actually built this for my friend Don, who is still with us.
He's not dead.
Not yet. I'm hanging on to it for when he needs it. I'm a good friend like that. This thing is, you know, your standard pine box. It's got some nice brass work. It's got a good viewing window going on. We used vintage silver-plated handles on the sides. We went so far as to full interior in lavender tucked silk. But it just goes to show you that really they can be built to just about any specification. You can do it wider, deeper, taller, whatever's going to work for you.
That's perfect. This is exactly what I'm looking for. I'm ready to get started immediately.
And that's where there's a problem. I'm a one-man show. As a casket maker, I'm the only guy in the shop. Right now, I'm probably booked out about 6 months.
You're killing me. I'm gonna need a coffin.
This I could do.
So you can't do it sooner than 6 months.
Right now, I'm totally booked.
Well, how about you just sell me a skull instead?
We can make that happen today. Yeah, let's go take a look.
Well, it's always a pleasure to visit Jackson and his partner Tiffany at Nevertold Casket Co in Seattle, Washington. But that was going to be too long for me to wait for a place to put my clothing. He did, however, give me a great idea. Maybe I could search on the internet for a company that makes coffin-shaped wardrobes already. So I took to the web. I did a search for Gothic furniture, cabinets, and wardrobes, and I came up with this website, Gothic Cabinet Craft. And they had a location in my neighborhood. Well, I was so excited to see their work, and then, oh wow, this doesn't look Gothic. This looks like set pieces from Little House on the Prairie. I guess when they're using the word Gothic, they mean this. Whereas I mean something a little bit more like this. Or like this. Well, I didn't count them out right away because I saw that they do custom work. So I sent them an email with my specs for a coffin-shaped wardrobe. 6 feet high, 3 feet wide at its widest point, with a bar in the middle for clothing. And the next day, I had a quote. Whoa! $3,550 was their quote for this coffin-shaped wardrobe, and it would take 8 to 9 weeks to make. Well, that's too rich for my blood. Well, in any case, that was not going to work for me, so I bid them a fondue, and I did a search instead for Gothic Armoire, and it brought up this interesting one. Coffin Armoire by Coffin It Up. When I opened it up and looked at it, I thought, well, this is certainly a very intricate and beautiful coffin armoire. Investigating further into their website, I realized that this maker had made several coffins for the lead guitarist of Slayer. Well, I thought to myself, if they're good enough for Slayer, they're good enough for me. So I hit the contact button and I sent them my specs for a coffin-shaped armoire. In just one day, I had a reply. Well, apparently, we had both been featured in the same issue of Gothic Beauty magazine a few years earlier. So we were practically already friends. And then I got a quote, and they wanted $900 plus shipping from Las Vegas. Shipping was going to be roughly $600, so that's $1,500 for a custom-made coffin armoire? Sold! Yeah, well, things sort of fell apart. We had some misunderstandings and some disagreements about how the job should be done, and I ultimately decided they may not be the right people to make this coffin for me after all. Now, I do want to take a moment to say that there's many artists in this world, and there's many different styles of working. They're not right or wrong, they're just different. And when you're paying somebody a bunch of money to make something you designed, it's very important to find someone who communicates the way that you do and someone who works the way that you do. And I didn't think it was a good fit for me, so I wish them a very sincere, tremendous amount of success in their future. And I went back in search of someone to make me a coffin-shaped armoire on the internet. A search for custom coffin armoire yielded this beauty. Oh, this is exactly what I'm looking for. Yeah, that's what I would have thought too, except I soon after discovered that this post by Cephalopod Productions was from 2010, and no amount of digging on the internet would allow me to find where this person was today. And I thought I was really good at internet stalking. I never stalked Bjork. I was in a relationship with her. She sent me a love letter. You gotta learn to read between the lines, buddy. In any case, I took back to the internet, and this time I searched for custom-made, coffin-shaped armoire. And that's when I found this website, custommade.com. The way this works is you sign up for the website, you upload a design of your own, and then artisans from around the world bid on making it. In just a day, I had a bid for my coffin-shaped armoire by a gentleman named Pat McGregor. And his quote? $750 with shipping included from Nevada. Sold! Well, people ask me all of the time, where do I get the clothes that I wear on stage? And with a coffin-shaped armoire on its way, I thought this might be the perfect time to talk about what to put in it. A lot of my stage clothes have been made by Shrine of Hollywood. I wore one of their vests on my very first tour, the Maiden Voyage. This is me wearing a Dominion jacket. In fact, I am depicted wearing the Dominion jacket on the cover of my album, riding a black unicorn down the side of an erupting volcano while drinking from a chalice filled with the laughter of small children. We're gonna get a mouthful of these in a second. Since we have some time before our coffin-shaped armoire is finished, I thought this might be the perfect time to pay a visit to Peter Graham Wright, my very good friend and founder of Shrine of Hollywood in Los Angeles, California. Take a look. I'm staying here at the Hollywood Roosevelt Hotel, one of my favorite places to stay in Los Angeles. And while I did just run into Kiefer Sutherland outside of my bedroom, don't ask, sometimes Los Angeles can be a lonely town. Am I right, Charlie? Am I right? Adora Batbrat!
Hi, gorgeous!
Victoria Lovelace!
Hello, lovely!
What are you guys doing in Los Angeles?
Shopping, of course!
I'm just about to go do some shopping. Do you guys know Shrine of Hollywood?
Yes,
we
one
love
of
it.
my absolutely favorite brands.
I'm going to their showroom right now. Do you want to come?
Can we join
Yes,
you?
what an honor!
Woo!
Yes!
Thank you. Yeah, let's
You,
go.
let's go!
Moments later, we were at the Shrine Cave, as those in the know call it. Peter, so good to see you.
Hey, Voltaire. Thanks for coming.
Thank you so much for having us. You know, I have some friends. I brought them down from Sweden. They're huge fans of Shrine. Victoria Lovelace. Adora Batbrat.
Victoria, nice to meet you.
Hi,
I am
it's
a big
awesome to meet you.
fan of your designs.
Simon.
Good choice.
Right on.
They're looking for something fabulous to wear, and I said, if you're in Los Angeles, or anywhere for that matter, Shrine is the place to go.
Great, great. Come on back.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Let's go.
Let's go!
Have fun storming the castle!
Yeah.
Excellent to see you. Thank you so much for letting us come
Sure.
out. Can you show me some of the new things?
Sure.
Excellent. Well, Shrine never disappoints. All of the new pieces look like they were made for a vampire empress. What is your mission statement? Because Shrine has such a distinct look. And I'm probably going to end up stepping on your answer, but it's so regal and it's so lush. I mean, when you go about designing your clothing, what is it that you're trying to convey?
You know, I want to convey kind of a historical vibe, updated for 21st century. But I want to do the most lush, out there, over the top outfits and use the most amazing fabric that I can get my hands on. So that's pretty much our mission statement, just doing the best stuff possible, pretty much.
Well, I think you're doing it, because every time someone sees a Shrine piece, they see royalty. And that is what I've always gotten from your pieces. I mean, a jacket like that. What is the name of this jacket again?
This is the Dominion jacket.
Right, the Dominion jacket. I have that one in black. Your clothing is clothing for Gothic royalty, a phrase I use a lot on the show.
Right.
It really is.
Yeah, that's true, actually.
So thank you for continuing to make such amazing things for us to wear. And thanks for letting my friends run around in the show.
Oh, yeah.
I think we better go check up on them now, because at this point they've probably tried on everything back there.
Great, wow, she looks good.
like Russian. Oh yeah, I look like a Russian woman.
We found anything. Everything. We found everything.
But mostly, I found it.
Oh. I want everything in here too. Yeah, it's pretty amazing, right?
Yeah, fantastic.
Well, anything you want, ladies. Money's no object.
Oh, really?
Because I have none. Because I have none. Well, after a long day of shopping, Adora, Victoria, and I were completely exhausted, so we went back to the Hollywood Roosevelt Hotel for an old-fashioned romp in the hay. Yes, we did. All right, no, we didn't. But can't you let a spooky brother dream? Well, now that we're back in New York, I thought I would take you to my favorite goth clothing store here. It's called Gothic Renaissance, and it's just right down the street. What the hell is that? No, I don't think so. That's not the carrier bat. That's a girl bat. Lilian Tod, Russian vampire princess. It's a long story. What brings you to New York City?
I need to find outfits for vampire ball.
Well, I was just going to go to Gothic Renaissance to do some shopping. Do you want to come?
Yes, but I'm so hungry. Can I have blood?
Blood, huh? Hey, Brian, it's Voltaire. Yeah. Hey, listen, do you want to go to Gothic Renaissance? Great. See you there in 5 minutes. Bye. Yeah, there'll be blood.
Отлично.
Great, let's go.
Done.
This place is truly a labyrinthine maze of Gothic finery. They have got everything, from masks to a huge selection of shoes. They've got headdresses, angel wings, devil dresses, clothes for goths, clothes for steampunks. They even have a large selection of armor. Yes, armor. Well, it wasn't long before Lilian found her way to their Expanse collection of corsets. It was about then that my friend Brian showed up. Being the gentleman that I am, I introduced Lilian to her her new friend. But I thought we should dress him up for the occasion first. Unfortunately, I don't think Brian liked any of my suggestions. I tried to sell him on a really nice ritual mask, or maybe something from their huge collection of jewelry. But ultimately, I think he liked the armor best. Yeah, I think you're gonna need one of those later, buddy. I found this great coat by our friends at Shrine of Hollywood. I'm not sure what the other two were up to. And this coat I love so much also came in gold and burgundy. Well, I found what I wanted, so I went to see if Lilian found what she needed. Hey, I asked her, have you seen Brian? Huh. Well, did you find something nice? Ooh, she fed. I'm in the clear.
I'm still so hungry.
Uh-oh. Extra special thanks to our friends at Gothic Renaissance who have helped us so much with this web series and so many of our other projects. You doing all right down there, Brian? You sure?
Yes.
You getting paid enough for this?
I hope so.
You're not.